This is the way.
Welcome everybody to the Top Back Podcast. We're back again. I'm Matt.
I'm Mike.
And today we're going to review The Mandalorian Season 1. So before we start the video, if you guys liked our content, please subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, follow us on Instagram, Spotify, all that other stuff. Alright, so Mike, Star Wars The Mandalorian, Disney Plus's flagship show. Holding up the whole damn thing by itself.
The reason why I still have my subscription.
Exactly. The reason why I'm even interested at this point.
A year later. Yeah. When did Disney Plus come out? Last year?
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last year.
This came out right out the gate too.
Yeah.
So The Mandalorian. So, okay, before we get to that, we're Star Wars fans.
Star Wars fans. Big ones. Grew up on it. Loved it.
Watched the prequels, watched the sequels, watched the original trilogy. So we're pretty well versed in Star Wars, but honestly, if I was to rank myself, I'm not like super fandom. I'm not like casual. I'm like right in between that.
So you're like Jedi Knight, and then there's the Jedi Masters
right.
and the Padawans.
Yeah,
we're like
I'm more of
right
an apprentice. I'm apprentice. Padawans is like super casual.
Yeah.
So I don't know everything about Star Wars. I don't know all the lore and like all that, but I'm pretty well versed in the movies and some of the like. Games too,
video games, some of the books even read.
You read
growing
some
up.
books
I read the Darth Maul one. I read the Palpatine one, and I've been following the Darth Vader one.
You read the Lord Plagueis one?
The Lord Plagueis one. So I think
Darth Plagueis, sorry.
The great thing about like Star Wars, it's just it's literally a galaxy in its own, and the great thing with like the Mandalorian, it's adding more to the lore of things,
right? And doing it in much better fashion than the new movies that came out. So, The Mandalorian came out pretty much right when the sequel trilogy just finished. So, last year...
It came out November before Rise of Skywalker came out in December.
Right. It's Star Wars' first official live-action show. It's Disney Plus's first like original content show, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the biggest one. So, The Mandalorian stars... Mando, aka Din
Djarin. Din Djarin.
So he's a Mandalorian. He's a bounty hunter, just like most of the Mandalorians are. He goes on adventures trying to get some money until, he runs into the now famous Baby Yoda.
On my shirt.
Yeah, officially called the child because he's not. He's not Yoda's one.
We
don't know.
On the set, everyone calls him Baby.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like Yoda, obviously.
Yeah. 50 years old.
Right. Pretty much the Galactic Empire is after the child for whatever reason. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I have my speculations why, but it's pretty obvious at this point.
It's the remnants of the Empire.
Exactly.
So the Mandalorian comes after, like, a couple years later after the Return of the Jedi. And we're introduced to the galaxy building outside of the Skywalkers.
Right. How'd you feel about that at first? Because when I first heard about this show, when I heard it was just about... Because I didn't know what the Mandalorian was, first of all. I was like, what the fuck is a Mandalorian? And then when they showed the trailer for the first time, I was like, oh, is that Jango Fett? Or Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, if it's like... If you follow the Clone Wars, then you know about the
Which I didn't.
The Mandalorians, like the Great Purge, the Jango Fett, Boba Fett. To be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of it in the original trilogy.
Design.
Yeah, the design. George Lucas' design for Jango Fett came from like Clint Eastwood's A Man with No Name, like the whole cowboy look. Or
I can see that.
So the whole Mandalorian is a space cowboy western adventure with Japanese influence, samurai, like following this main character, interacting with different people along the way. But like Boba Fett or Jango Fett, I really wasn't impressed by them. Like,
oh yeah, especially if you're going by Attack of the Clones, I'm not impressed at all. Yeah,
dude got like sliced from Mace Windu. His son didn't do any better. Like he got into the Tarlac pit.
Yeah,
but he he came out of it.
Boba Fett died the stupidest way possible. Everyone knows that at this point. Like the reason why I think they decided to do the Mandalorian was to bring back Boba Fett somehow. Canon wise. So the Mandalorian culture itself, I really like it. Like
it's a creed.
Yeah, it's a creed. They have their own saying now, which is
"This is the way."
This is the way, which is the new mantra that everyone's using. So it's no longer "May the Force be with you." It's "This is the way." That's their saying now. And it's caught on pretty well too. Like every time I hear it, that's exactly what or every time I'm on the comment section, that's exactly what I see every single time.
I wish it was like on my shirt. So like the shirt I got from Turtle Teeth, you guys would like it.
Shout out to him.
There's I wish it had that whole saying, that mantra, "This is the way," because it goes back to like the Star Wars, how it was brought up by like George Lucas, because he was influenced by so many like different mythologies, like heroic adventures,
right?
And so that's what we're getting here in this experience with Din Djarin.
Right. And the Mandalorian culture, it's not like in the series they're said to be like great warriors. They're supposed to be like not on par with like the Jedi or the Sith, but they're like right below that. They have their own culture, they have their own way of running things, I guess. But their alliance is more aligned with the Sith. Like they're the people that the Sith use to like do their dirty stuff, I guess. I think
I mean, in the prequels, that's
I mean, Jango Fett went by himself though, right? Yeah, that's what the clone troopers
and
were based on.
The clones were based off of Jango Fett.
Yeah.
And no spoilers to what we think later, but I think it has more ties to like why this Baby Yoda is important, because people are saying it's like a clone of Yoda or whatever.
Yeah.
And if it connects with the Rise of the Skywalker, spoilers, with Palpatine coming back because of all his cloning that he was doing, then this show has kind of serves that purpose, connecting to the
time-wise it makes sense too. 50 years, it would have been,
He's the baby's practically the same age as Anakin,
right?
Close to it.
Is he coming back?
We'll see.
Okay, that's okay. We'll talk about that later.
One shout out I do want to address with the show is Jon Favreau was like spearheading it. He created the show, directed Elf. I forgot he directed Elf, Iron Man.
It was his idea.
And the great thing about the show, like, added to like Star Wars reputation of pushing the technology forward. So I was watching like the Disney Plus gallery videos along with the Mandalorian stuff, and Jon Favreau used like the technology that he learned from Jungle Book and Lion King, and used like interactive lighting and the camera angles, and that's what created the set for the Mandalorian. So like a 360 set. That's why the sets look real like photos, because they are real photos with some digitization to it. It wasn't too heavily focused on CGI. It went back to old school Star Wars of practical effects. So that's one props to Disney. Like, it wasn't the prequels where it was just CGI everything.
When you showed me that too, because I had no idea how they filmed this. I really thought they were on location when they filmed this. But when you showed me that, it's like it reminds me of the old Hollywood, how they used to film films. They just have a backdrop,
the old cinema.
But this is exactly like that, except it's modernized in a way that's more believable. And I could honestly, when I was rewatching it, I couldn't tell. It was hard to tell which is or if this was location or if this was a set, because they did a really good job. I think the only time I really noticed it was when they were outside, like especially on the Mos Eisley, Tatooine or whatever.
The desert planets.
You could tell a little bit because the lighting of the person doesn't really match the background all the time. But they did the best they could. So.
And then you throw in Baby Yoda's crib floating. But it was cool, man. Like the props, the set, the costumes.
It's ingenious, actually. It's very ingenious. It's a way for them to just keep filming without actually having to go places. So it saves time. It saves resources, and you don't have to get your crew to like bring tons of stuff to like all across the world. So let me talk about the Mandalorian, the show itself, real quick. Why it's so popular now, in my opinion, is because of how poorly the sequel trilogy is. Even though I was a pretty big fan, I got this lightsaber because The Force Awakens came out. I bought it right at that time. And
I have my Kylo Ren.
And we've had our discussions about The Last Jedi, but The Rise of Skywalker really was like okay, you guys really fucked up. And then once we heard about the news of how it was so unplanned and like they had no real direction with it, it's like no wonder it sucked because you guys didn't really think this out. And that's because of, you know, Kathleen Kennedy and all them at Disney. They're just it's a money machine for them. But The Mandalorian, when you're talking about Jon Favreau, I like the fact that he had a plan and he's going along. This is the same process of the sequel trilogy, but he has a better team of writers and directors doing it with him.
Dave Filoni, he was part of the Clone Wars. If you watch the gallery videos, like they're all Star Wars nerds.
They're
like,
all Star Wars
They
nerds.
love it. And on top of that, their directing styles.
Right.
They all talked about their influence, how Star Wars made them want to be in cinema. So we can appreciate like them knowing their shit.
Right. And you can tell because they throw in like little Easter eggs here and there, like they're throwbacks to the original trilogy, some throwbacks to the prequel trilogy too. So they're aware of what happened before, but they're not trying to rehash it like they did with the sequel trilogy. They're just throwing like little nods like here and there. Like when it comes to The Mandalorian, like the sets look exactly like they did in the OG trilogy. Like the technology is up to date, so it doesn't feel like jarring. But yeah, man, I really like it. I really like what Jon Favreau is doing. Hopefully he does it. He continues to do it with the season 2, but yeah.
Season 2 comes out in 1 week. So when you see this video, we are days before it comes out.
Right.
I think we're going to jump into reviewing season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 had about
I'll let you start that.
8 episodes. Season 1 had a number of directors, as we mentioned. The first 3 episodes, I mean, like it's broken down as arcs. Like the first 3 episodes, like really character building, introductions to the main characters, and then you go 4, 5, and 6, which are like the supporting characters or like side adventures, and then back to 7 and 8 where you get like the climactic battle.
Right.
So the whole series has its own arcs in between, but overall, like the growth of the Mandalorian himself.
Yeah. It progresses pretty well. Each episode's pretty, except for the exception of one, which I'll talk about later. When you first watched it, what'd you think, though? Like the first 2 episodes that came out.
First 2 episodes. So the opening scene of chapter 1, which is called The Mandalorian, you see the Mandalorian come in, like he's getting his bounty, the guy, and then he doesn't say anything. The only line he really says is like, I could bring you in cold, or I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. And I was like, okay, that's pretty badass. I was like, okay. And then like he chopped one of the dude's head off with like the door, and I was like, okay.
His body in half, bro.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm liking this direction.
Yeah.
And then it was a little bit slower, but I kind of like the whole less is more, like not too much dialogue, and like but I still feel his emotions. Like you can't see his eyes, you can't see his face, like the mystery aspect to him. I was like, I kind of fuck with him. I want to follow him in this thing. And you're introduced to like the guild. I was like, okay, there's a bounty world that you forget, like the underground black market kind of shit. And he meets IG-11. IG-11 is a throwback to another bounty hunter in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's like right next to Boba Fett, and then you see an IG-8. So IG-11 is like a throwback to that. So that's how you know directors like know their shit.
Right. When I first watched it, I immediately liked the tone. I liked how serious it was.
Yeah.
Like it was. There's nothing goofy about anything that I was seeing.
Yeah.
Like I took it pretty seriously, but at the same time, it was pretty slow. I think it was when I got to episode 2. That's when I really started to get like some momentum going.
Yeah.
Because
after meeting the child.
Right. The child. So Baby Yoda, when he came out the very first time, it was a surprise to me. I didn't see any. Like,
it wasn't in any marketing.
Yeah, it wasn't in any marketing. I didn't go on Instagram that day, so I didn't know anything about him. When I saw him, I got worried. Like, immediately. I was like, okay, this is Disney. Yeah. They know what they're doing. They know this is a cash grab. Yeah. And they know that Yoda's very popular. So I was like, is this going to be another like Ewok situation?
Porgs from The Last Jedi.
Is it going to be just like that? Surprisingly, it wasn't, and he actually turned out to be a really good character as the series went on, so I was glad. But at first, I wasn't really like, I had no idea what the fuck they were going to do with this character.
Yeah, you, at the end of episode 1, you see him like coming out of his little crib, his floating crib, and you're like, okay, I need to see it next week. Like, it was a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was both episodes at the same time, right?
Yeah. So, in the last part of episode 1, you see Din Djarin like putting his hand out, trying to like play with the baby, and the baby's hand out too. I was like, they said that was like a Sistine Chapel artistic that they were trying to do.
That's what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said, the director. So I was like, okay.
Sure.
And then you see, I didn't expect for the floating like crib to follow him.
Yeah.
And then other bounty hunters were coming after him. So like, instead of mining for himself, he can take care of himself. But now he has this like liability next to him that he has to turn in. And then like when he turns it into like the Empire, like he's starting to have second thoughts, especially like when the baby was like playing with the little ball, the stick shift ball. And then when he turns in the baby Yoda, he like damn, I need to get this kid.
Right. And we find out later why the Mando is so enamored with baby Yoda, because there's a backstory about Mando as to why he he's a bounty hunter, so if there's money involved, you would think he would just give him up and get money. Yeah. But there's something about the child that kind of like connects him. We don't know yet why, but we already feel it like off the second episode. Yeah. So that's good.
Another character we meet along the way is the Quill.
Another one of my favorite characters. So.
You like them?
Yeah.
Dude, like. Okay, I have a little gripes against him because Nick Nolte is the guy from like the Hulk movie in 2003. I fucking hated his character so bad. Like that traumatized my childhood. That's why I didn't like the Hulk growing up, because of that dad Hulk. I was like, fucking hate this guy, and I found out it's him. But the props, the acting that went along with it, I liked it. I get his character, but I just hate when he fucking says, "I have spoken."
Yeah,
I fucking hate it when you say that every time. Like. Because there's already, this is the way. And do I need another character say, I have spoken? Yeah. And you're just waiting for him to say it. And it's like, okay, I'm done with this.
Okay.
That's why I didn't like him.
Yeah.
If you like him, you like him.
I liked him. I mean, it was nice to have another kind of wise character. I don't know about wise, but he's very experienced. He has some wisdom to him. You can tell right off the bat.
Oh, another throwback in chapter 2 was the Jawas.
Yeah.
So the whole... like his ship gets ransacked and he has to negotiate with the Jawas, and this is where Din Djarin has to like calm it down, bro. Like, we know you're a bounty hunter, intimidating, but you gotta relate to people on an interpersonal level. And then you see the scene where Mando fights the Mudhorn. Yeah. Is it the Mudhorn? And then that's when you see Baby Yoda. Like, the cool thing about that scene, he was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, he was.
So Mando,
he was about to die, actually.
Yeah, and he was ready to die. He had his dagger ready to go. And like, Mando is not overpowerful at all. He's like a regular dude.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about the Mandalorian, or Mando himself, is that they don't have any force abilities that we know. They might be force sensitive, but Mando, the way he fights, it's very like raw, and he can be very Jesus Christ.
Every episode Matt forgets a word.
I always forget one word every time. I can't find the right word to say it. He's nifty.
Like, or he's witty. Like,
he's witty, yes. Yeah, he knows how to use his environments. Like, in every single episode, there's some type of like something around him that
I got the word. It's adaptable.
Thank you. He can adapt. He's resourceful, and he can adapt to any situation. Like, he doesn't really panic either. That's the good thing about him. Like, every time he's in a situation where he's about to die or he's in like real danger, he's calm enough to like compose himself and just like figure out the way out of it. And I really like that. And he doesn't even talk that much too. Like even when he's distressed, like, he doesn't like yell or like scream or whatever.
Overdoes it. No, overacting like Anakin in the prequels.
Right.
Like, less is more. That's the great thing about the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's a true warrior. Like, that's how he is.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you like root for them, even though they're bounty hunters and shit. Like, he could potentially give a Baby Yoda. You don't know that yet in this episode, chapter 2. So you're rooting for him, and then you see his development into the next episode, which I think is my favorite episode.
The third episode,
chapter 3. And then chapter 1 and 2, you see the the covert of the Mandalorians underground.
Yeah,
they all operate underground.
Sewers, yeah.
They're secret. You're learning more about their society. The armorer explains pretty much everything.
Yeah, and I like that too. It kind of felt like a video game.
Yeah,
it was like,
right.
He's just trying to find better armor for
Yeah.
himself. I was like, this is some video game shit.
The Beskar, right?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that's cool.
And the irony of him getting Beskar, because Beskar is the reason why they're pretty much extinct from the Great Purge. And chapter 3 was directed by Deborah Chow, who's going to be the director of the Obi-Wan series coming up. Like, I think all her episodes are my favorite because, like, she might have just got lucky. Like, these are like pretty important episodes too.
Yeah.
But when you see
it goes to the writing too. It's not really just always directing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And so like the Mando in the opening scenes, he interacts with the stormtroopers. Like, he has like, they don't like him, he don't like them. Yeah. And then he goes down to the underground. He sees like the other bounty hunters kind of get like jealous of him, or not jealous, but they're like, why are you working with the Empire? Yeah. So he has conflict with both sides. And then in the end of that episode, like, the Mandos help him out. Right. That was sick.
That was good. Scene. Yeah, that was the one action scene. I was like, okay, now I see where this series can go. Yeah. Like, the way they're fighting and their camaraderie. Like, the Mandalorians, they help each other out when one of them's in distress.
It's a brotherhood.
My phone's just going off. Sorry.
This is a brotherhood.
Yeah, it is a brotherhood, and you see that too. Even like when he was taking off. Yeah. There's like this little one scene with the jetpack. Yeah. It was like, I need one of those. I'm like, okay.
Because that's why people like
humor.
That's why people like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like, they all go back to that jetpack idea, which he didn't even use in the Tarlac. Which doesn't make sense.
He didn't use it, but he got killed by it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he got killed because of like thing.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Yeah. But I think the Mandalorian too, his character, like, even though he's very stoic, he does like a couple of little things to show he has a sense of humor. Yeah. It's like, I kind of like that, but at the same time, in other episodes, he kind of overdoes it a little bit too. Yeah. He gets a little corny.
He gets a little too relaxed.
Yeah, a little too relaxed.
And then chapter 3 is also called The Sin. So the whole, this is the way. Like, as a bounty hunter, you're supposed to like give up your bounty, not ask questions. But ultimately, like, the kid is a foundling too, just like he was. You see a flashback to it. The story progresses later on, but he's a foundling. He's like an orphan. The Mandalorians took him in, and then like the Mandos potentially ruined their whole like covert. Yep. Just to save him, because there's all for one, one for all kind of mentality.
And
so
I like that. There's loyalty. You gotta respect that.
And then it just blasts off into a bigger adventure. Yep. To the second arc.
Yep. Which is my least favorite, obviously.
Fuck this episode.
So hold on. So chapter 4, you said it was your least favorite.
It's my least favorite.
It's your least favorite. It's not my least favorite, but it's one of the weaker episodes. Yeah. So Sanctuary takes place. What's the planet they're on?
Planet is called Sorgan.
Yeah. So even though this is your least favorite, I think it was one of the more important episodes as far as character development for Mando. Yeah. Is it the Empire that's taking over the village?
So it's like Empire's old stuff. The AT-AT that was in the woods, they're using
AT-ST.
Yeah. AT-ST. Yeah. Sorry. So that's like a leftover remnant of the thing, and like the invaders, the raiders, are using it to attack the village. But why do you like this episode?
I like this episode because it shows the humanity in Mando's character. Yeah. Even though he's this bounty hunter who's just like, doing jobs, getting money, just trying to make a living, there's a humanity to him. Yeah. Like he has a love interest in this one. Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
Oh shit, was forced though.
It was forced, but it shows that there is more to him besides just,
True.
You can tell that there's a man inside that suit. It's not just like this Mandalorian that just goes off and just goes like in secret. There's a part of him that kind of wants to kind of settle down, but because he made this decision to be in the Mandalorian culture, there's a part of that he can't leave behind. Yeah. So that was nice. Plus, I also introduced Cara Dune.
Yeah, Gina Carano.
She's fine.
I
love her. She's beautiful.
People back then were saying like Ronda Rousey was really beautiful.
Nah, Gina
Carano.
She's beautiful.
She's like beautiful. Like when Radiant. I saw Fast and the Furious 4 or 5,
6,
whichever.
6.
Something like that, like 6. Yeah, I was like, huh. And she dated Superman too.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. She's
an
battle.
MMA fighter, beautiful smile, strong character. This is exactly how you build a strong character.
Yes.
Like there's nothing like forced with this character. She's just naturally strong. She's humble. She's not this like whole big like I'm trying to prove myself. She's just kind of in there, and then she does her thing. Yeah, she's just existing. That's how it should be. And what makes her strong is not the fact that like she doesn't need a man to like whatever. Yeah, it's the fact that she can hold her own. Yeah, and I really like that too. And then when she comes back in the later episodes, you know, she becomes very helpful to Mando. So.
And with her character, because she is a veteran shock dropper, or
it says something like that.
Yeah, and then like she's basically kind of like on the run. She's doing her own thing. She like meets Mando, the baby, and doesn't really develop a relationship with the baby or anything. But like she's basically hired with the Mando to protect the village. Right. Like she was, I think she like that's why I don't like it this episode, because you have her and then you have like the forced love interest in the village. Like I felt like that was like contrasting to me, because like,
did you want Mando to be with Kara?
I mean, in my mind, maybe later on, but like
that would have been forced to me.
Really?
Yeah, that would have been forced.
True. But the way they showed the village girl or the lady, like the opening scene was like, okay, it was okay. Like that
was a good scene,
dude. Like the little girl was like, "Mommy,
yeah,
mommy."
I know.
I'm like,
but the way she hid in the water with the basket,
that was smart.
That's clever.
That was smart. But like any person with sense would fucking run away. Like
they can't though.
The kid was like,
they can't outrun them though.
I know, but run to your mom. Don't have your mom run to you. Yeah. That was like,
she's a kid though.
I know, but I was just like, dude, like you like smart, like mature, smarter kids, like.
But that's why I like the love interest, because she could think on their feet. She's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, probably my biggest gripes is like the pacing. So when she meets the Mando, she's like, oh, talks to him. And then literally the next scene, which is the second interaction, she's straight up asking him, do you ever take off your helmet? Can I see you without the helmet? She's already reaching.
Yeah, but that's the first time we get into in depth of how the Mandalorians operate.
Yeah.
You can't take off the helmet because it's part of their culture.
I wish it was like later in the episode. I don't know how to write that.
In the episode or in the series?
Just maybe in the series or later in the episode. But it's just like, okay, they're trying to push her to like liking this dude. She's a widower.
She's a widow, dude. She wants some
dick,
dude.
I know she wants some dick. I'm like, bro, like he's probably ugly in there. What if he's ugly in there?
Well, we don't know because he won't take.
Like, damn, you can't even ask him on the date first before like thing. And then the little girl just comes in and plays with the baby. Can I play with him? I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then, like, I just feel really offended by that.
Like, but like I said though, it's like when they're revealing how he operates, it's not just like he goes into this whole exposition of how they do it. It's just like he just subtly said, "We're not allowed to take the helmet off." You know, it's part of who I am. Okay, one of my biggest gripes with not only this episode but a lot of the episodes, is that when they're filming in the dark, night scenes, it's hard to see. I don't know if it's just my TV, but when you watch it, can you see everything?
No,
because when that forest scene, I couldn't see shit.
Yeah, the only thing that you can see is just the ATST.
That's it, with the red eyes, right? Yeah.
I like they included it, like, because it was like just one ATST like versus a whole village. That felt more like a good battle versus like the Ewoks. Like the Ewoks was like, yeah, they're all cute and cuddly, but I felt ATST being a real threat in here.
I know, it's just one too.
Just one, yeah.
They could just like murder an entire village at ease.
I don't like it was like stop right before like the thing.
The little creek river.
Yeah, I was like, okay, one step away. Okay, we know where this is going. And like everyone was training, like the pacing was just like a 1 minute training montage.
Yeah, that's cool too. Though,
but I didn't. Yeah, it was like the way it was like the things they were doing.
Yeah.
But I watched the battle again. I was like, I really didn't see no difference.
Besides the battle, I like the fact that Mando he takes it upon himself to help out this village. He's not like I said before. He's just not this selfish bounty hunter. Like if he sees like something is like there's some righteousness to him, and you see that with this episode specifically.
Did you ever watch Xena?
I hated Xena.
So it's kind of like
I hated
that.
Hercules too.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. You stumble upon a village, you train them, and then you fight.
Yeah.
So that I
didn't know you watched.
I didn't really like that formula, huh?
I didn't know you watched Xena.
That's what like Gina Carano would be a great Xena.
Yeah, she would be. She would have been a great Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just love Gina Carano.
That's just great, dude. It's like it's one of the few characters I like right off the bat.
Yeah.
There's not a lot.
For
Mando
sure.
is one of the two, but all right. So let's go into chapter 5.
The gunslinger.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm curious on why you think this is better than the last episode. Because when I watched this episode, I honestly, you could take this off of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't make any difference. It was just like a pit stop. That's literally what it was.
Yeah, it's a pit stop at Tatooine. Mm-hmm. I like the interaction between Mando and the mechanic.
I liked her.
I liked her.
She didn't do anything though.
She didn't do anything.
She just pressed a couple. She literally just pressed a couple buttons. Like, oh, it's not working.
But she was taking care of the kid, and she was like, they were, like the interaction with the droids,
right.
Like how he doesn't fucking like droids.
Yeah.
Like even the littlest things, like the droids.
Okay, hold on. Let me talk about that real quick. Mando is a terrible fucking babysitter, by the way.
Yeah,
like, motherfucker just leaves the child in the ship every single time. Like, he never takes him with him. It's like, you have this precious cargo, yet you're just willing to just leave it.
That's
with
why
the mechanic. Like, you gotta stop doing that.
That's why I like the mechanic, because she was asking for money this whole time.
Yeah,
but she
saw the baby.
She grew attached to the kid, so I kind of liked her.
Yeah.
The guy. He was like a douchebag. He played a good douchebag.
I fucking hated him, dude.
He had like that earring. I was like, fuck. But I get his point. He's like that trying to up and coming bounty hunter.
Fake ass Han Solo ass.
Yeah, and I hated that they used the exact spot, the cantina. Yeah. But I like the idea of like, okay, I'm like, I need to use this veteran to help me get my rep up in the guild.
Yeah,
like,
guild. Yeah.
It's kind of like that thing, like I want to be popular kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the end, that shit backfires. But I like the gunslinger, the bounty. That's Mulan.
Yeah, I know.
Ming-Na Wen.
I
was looking away and I was like, Mulan? Shit.
She
looked great for her age.
Yeah.
So I like the representation there.
She should have played Mulan, bro.
Yeah. like this is where
I loved her.
This is why I didn't like the Last Jedi, because like I felt like the Asian character there kind of felt forced. Mm-hmm. This one was like kind of like a Gina Carano. She can hold her own,
right.
And I'm interested in her character.
Yeah,
she's a sniper. She like tempted the guy to like betray the Mando. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I like this.
Okay, so that was one part I was actually like genuinely surprised at. Like he killed her.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, actually.
Yeah.
I thought he was really about to betray Mando for a quick second.
I thought they were going to team up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And I was like, oh, shit, he killed her. Mm-hmm. But it kind of confused me, too. It's like, do you want an alliance with Mando now? Mm-hmm. Or do you really just want the bounty? Because I was really confused. So maybe that was actually a good character moment, because I didn't see anything coming. I was very surprised throughout the episode. But looking back at it, watching the second time, there's nothing in that episode that really mattered in any episode.
It's its own adventure.
Yeah, there's no character development for Mando. There's nothing for the child. Mm-hmm. We already know that the Empire's after them. We don't need to have this discussion with these other two characters.
And then being back on Tatooine. Tatooine is like the default planet.
Motherfucker, aren't there other planets to do pit stops at?
Yeah, I think I wanted the gunslinger to have more of an important role in it, but she got killed off.
Yeah, and I was surprised he got killed off too.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is a pit stop, but I enjoy it more than the last episode, which I was just like, but like overall, I get the humanity part.
Yeah, overall though, it doesn't really add anything to it.
Yeah. Well, the like having a love interest, like I was like,
yeah, but it introduced Gina's character, so you have to have that episode.
I was like,
so skip it.
If there was like a season 2 and then they started interacting and building that relationship,
she's gonna come back, dude.
I know.
She's coming back.
That's like the baby.
But these motherfuckers, they're not coming back. They're dead. So skip it.
Shout out to Mulan. Oh, we forgot. This was the episode where we were texting too, because the little sounds at the end.
Okay, all right. Do I talk about both? Let's
talk about both.
All right, you go ahead.
Well, so when this episode dropped, like the sounds of like who's this that's approaching Mulan, and I was like, I didn't think nothing too much of it until Matt told me like it's the sounds of like Boba Fett, and I was like, okay, that's why they're on Tatooine, because they could reintroduce his character later on that he survived.
Yeah.
So
if that's the whole point of the episode, it's not the best way to do it, because that's something a casual Star Wars fan would never get. I didn't get it the first time, and I didn't get the second time. I only knew because someone else said it.
The reviewers,
I don't know. Skip it.
I like it. Chapter 6.
The Prisoner. All right. I like this episode a lot.
Same.
A lot.
I love the cameo.
Yeah. When we were watching this every week, I was like, okay, this is a big step up from the last episode.
Yeah.
Once again, you get some character development from Mando. So he meets up with his old
colleague he used to work with.
Colleagues, right?
Yeah,
a lot of them. This is old team, technically, right?
Some of them, yeah. He had a previous relationship. The dude from Batman Begins, the fat cop. That's him. yeah.
With when he was getting a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have ever watch Matrix?
Yeah.
Or Bad Boys, whatever. I always associate Bill Burr with the Matrix for some reason.
Yeah. Bill Burr, like, kind of been popping up a lot for me lately.
He has his own, like, he was on SNL. He was on Netflix. He has a special.
That's why I was surprised to see him here. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
So that's the thing about, okay, when it comes to Star Wars, I don't want to see too many, like, A-list actors or too many celebrities. It's got to take me out of it.
Yeah.
If they need to start, like, using some, nobodies.
Yeah.
A little more, like, mix it up. But yeah. Anyway, I think this is a fun episode. They have this, Mando goes to meet up with them because he's running out of money.
Yeah.
He needs an extra job to do. They're trying to rescue his old, like, teammate, I guess.
Yeah. So the team is made up by like a bug.
Ant-Man. He looked like Ant-Man to me.
The bug?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His armor.
So there's a bug. Bill Burr is the leader of the group.
You have that race that I can never fucking remember the name of it, but the one with the antennas, the ladies.
Yeah.
Is that in Return of the Jedi too?
Yeah. So that's Nymphadora from Harry Potter.
Who's Nymphadora? Nymphadora
is the wife of Lupin. If you know Harry Potter, you know Nymphadora.
Nymphadora.
Well, she's in it, and then the Berg, he's Surtur.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. So when you look away, like, oh, that voice is really strong.
But do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
There's too many A-list actors.
They're not even A-list.
They're not. Like, but they're known enough. So.
And then so when they break into the prison, so it's like a heist, a break-in. I liked it where, like, again, Mando's adapting to the situation.
Yep.
They turned on him. She rescued her brother, so there's another villain going on. So he, like, traps them all and, like, cleverly, like, executes all of them.
Yeah.
Or not executes them, just, like, imprison them.
Yeah.
You're led to think that he killed them.
He likes killing people with doors, by the way. Too.
Yeah.
I don't remember him killing two people with doors for some reason. If he does it again, I feel like that's gonna be his thing from now on. Don't go near doors when Mando's around.
Just stay against the wall. And then Baby Yoda. So yeah, again, back to, like, Mando's a horrible babysitter because he leaves him there with the bug, and then, like, Baby Yoda is, like, putting his hand out, and you thought Baby Yoda was going to die, and then Mando saves him in the last second.
Actually, let's go back a little bit further. When Bill Burr's, what's his name in this fucking episode?
Mayfield.
When Mayfield he sees the child for the first time.
Yeah.
I actually felt a little something there.
Like, you were scared?
I felt the stress that Mando was feeling. It's like, motherfucker, shit.
Yeah.
They found out who he is.
Like, that gets him really vulnerable. Like, fuck.
Yeah. He can't do this cleanly. He has to now hide his identity while also trying to, like, do the job with him. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I also like the way that Mando captured him, especially Mayfield.
Yeah.
You know how the
lights?
Yeah,
it was like Batman.
Like,
yeah.
oh, shit, he's pretty cool.
It was like closer, and then he showed up the other side.
He got me too, because every time it flashes, he's gone. And then he comes back, then he's gone again. It was like a fucking cat. I was like, okay, Mando, you're a badass.
That makes him, like, that's where you see his, like, training, kind of like a Batman training.
Yeah, he's a warrior at the end of the day.
So this arc was, like, cool in a sense. It did good where, like, okay, humanity, and then the Tatooine, like, trying to fight a sniper, and then you fight it like a close combat kind of thing.
Right.
So
yeah, and they're on the old Republic
prison
ship too.
Prison ship, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the New Hope stuff, right? I was like, that's a good throwback again.
They're definitely coming back because the Mayfield gang, they're all alive. I like the ending where he, like, tricked the guys, and then the New Republic comes in, and all the X-Fighters were the directors, Deborah Chow, Dave Filoni.
Can you explain that to me too? Why did they destroy the ship? There was a tracker beacon, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that their ship?
Which one?
Like, when they're trying to, like, the ship they're trying to heist, right? Isn't that
I don't think that ship was destroyed because, like, it showed Mayfield's gang were still alive.
Yeah, but they're shooting the fuck out of it though. They're like missiling all like outside of the ship.
The other ship.
Yeah,
the
where the X-wings were.
Where they shot the thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're shooting it down. That's your ship.
That's true.
It's like, why are you doing that?
Was he working for the New Republic? That guy?
Who?
The circling ship. The ship they were shooting down. So there's the prisoner ship, and then there's the other ship where Mando went back to, and then the X-wings were the ones that shot this ship, not this ship.
Is it two different ships?
It's two different ships. Because remember, in the beginning, they went to the space station.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So
You're right.
but
that's the one where a Batman guy was in, right?
Yeah. So the big dude. So I but to your point, like I was like, damn, they're just shooting this ship.
Yeah.
Like why? This beacon could be for any reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, why are you shooting it down?
So there are plot holes.
Yeah. Also, it's a little part that annoyed me a little bit when Mando was escaping from that ship. Yeah. The X-wings they warped into it, but they just like missed them. It's like that might have been the enemy you're trying to go after. Yeah. It's not like they went a different direction. They just went into it.
They just went like.
It's like, oh, you guys are terrible fighters too.
They're like, oh, that's where the beacon is. So let's just shoot it down.
It's like, this is why you guys suck. This is why your Rebel Alliance sucks. Yeah. Are they? This is the. Sorry, I'm getting confused. This is the Rebel Alliance, right?
So the New Republic.
The
Rebel Alliance becoming the New Republic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the transitioning period.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So with every new like war, new government takes over. There's still going to be like turmoil. Right. It's transition time, and I hope not to jump too far. I hope that's what they're gonna cover more later on. Because the
Republic or Resistance, what were they called?
They were the rebels. Now it's the Resistance.
Okay,
the sequel trilogy is Resistance.
That's what I'm saying.
So the new Republic, the rebels became New Republic or whatever, and then you have like the Kylo Ren shit, the Order, and then you have the shit. I'm really confused now. If you're watching this, please help us out. Drop a comment below and clarify what we're missing.
You have the Old Republic, then you have the Rebel Alliance, then you have the Resistance. That's how I used to see it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
And then the Republic.
Yeah. But good character moments and a good showcase of Mando thinking on his feet again. Like I said, he's adaptable.
Word of the video.
Yeah. Adaptable.
Yeah.
All right. The last two episodes.
The Reckoning.
Yep.
Chapter 7.
Two most important episodes of the series.
Chow.
So everything we've seen so far. So the child at this point, we didn't talk about Baby Yoda, did we?
We did
a little bit.
Basically every episode, like he's been chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's cute as fuck. I can't lie. Like every single time he has a scene, I'm just like, I'm in awe a little bit, just a little bit.
Which goes back to the puppetry and the animatronics that goes with it.
Yeah, the animatronics for Baby Yoda is perfect. That's exactly how, like, all the characters should try to be more like. Yeah. Like, it should be kind of realistic. Use CGI if you have to, but don't overuse it. Yeah. So, like, sometimes it gets me a little out of it because there's a scene where Mayfield's picking up the baby. Yeah. You can tell it's just like a toy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like it's not like doesn't look like it's breathing.
Yeah, they could do a little better with some stuff.
Like the back of the head, like it looks like a toy you can get from Target for $19.99.
Yeah, but he's clearly there for the kids because every single time he's doing something cute, doing something funny.
Yeah. Which the casual watchers like can enjoy.
Yeah.
So yes, we are like the Jedi Knights or like level of like love for Star Wars, but like our girlfriends that watch it that might not be into it or just like family and friends,
they'll
like
watch it because of Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, like my cousins in Hawaii, like they watch it, and I didn't never heard they were Star Wars fans, but they want to watch it because like it's on Disney Plus. Yeah, and that's the audience they're targeting.
Yeah, and he's funny as fuck too.
Yeah,
you posted that one yesterday where you're just playing with the switches.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
he was like, stop touching things, and he was like.
It's like, okay, you got me.
Like meme culture now, like last year 2019 even to now 2020,
he's perfect for it.
He's very relatable. Like I remember in quarantine using pictures of like in our Zoom meetings, so like which Baby Yoda are you? Are you the one waking up? Are you the one that's like eating a frog, like using the Force, reaching? So you see that Baby Yoda does have powers, but he brings you down to earth, where down low. It's like, okay, like I can focus on his character with like no dialogue at all, and just relate to it a little bit.
With Baby Yoda though, or the child or whatever, the one thing I hope they don't do with the next seasons, I hope they don't overuse him too much.
Yeah.
Now that he is popular, because when they were making this, they didn't really realize how popular he would become.
Yeah.
So now that they know, I just hope they don't like make him too cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because everything he did was very subtle. Like he had like a one scene doing something.
They're just gonna run gimmicks run by him.
Yeah, I don't want them to do that. But yeah, okay. So the Reckoning, Chapter 7. We the first appearance of Moff Gideon, one of my favorite actors. I can never pronounce his name. Giancarlo.
Despacito.
Despacito. Yeah. He was in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you watched Breaking Bad.
Nah, but I've seen his character or his face on so many different like
he was
franchises.
He was in Spike Lee's old movies. He was in Community too. When they have these old like leaders for the Empire, none of them really look threatening. They're just old and like skinny, scrawny. But with Gus, it was nice to see a person with color, first of all. And he's not just another white leader again. But I like his presence because in every show that he's been in, like drama series, he plays a really good like silent killer. Like he's unsuspecting. Like he doesn't look like he could do damage, but he could really fuck shit up. In Breaking Bad, he does the same exact thing.
Like his entrance when he came in, I didn't know he was gonna be in it. And just his voice is like kind of menacing.
Yeah, he's confident as fuck. Like he just walks in the room and he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he shot down his own stormtroopers.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn.
Yeah,
this guy don't mean this. This is like our first real villain in this whole thing.
I think he's gonna be the main villain for the whole series now. Yeah, I think.
I like that.
Yeah. So this episode, this is kind of like I wouldn't even call it like a real episode because both of these episodes are two of the same. It's like a part 1, part 2. Yeah. They go to meet Apollo Creed. What's his name? What's his name?
Carl Weathers.
No, but what's his name in the series?
Shit.
I keep forgetting. These names are fucking me up, dude. Like I can't remember any of these names.
Greef Karga.
Okay, Greef Karga.
So Greef Karga, he like when they last saw each other, they just got in that fight with the guild, and then he tells them, "All right, come back, let's negotiate." And then I'm jumping too far ahead in the next episode, but so he gets fucked up like in the desert by those flying things. Dude, I was legit scared.
Yeah, too.
It was like they just swoop down and then fuck the whole crew up, and then the Baby Yoda force heal. The funny thing with the force heal, he just like passes out.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see anything alluding to the new trilogy anymore.
Yeah,
but they have to keep it consistent. That's kind of a good way to do it. Yeah.
How does Baby Yoda know that? Or
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Like, how do you know
these new powers? Okay, that's another thing too. I don't want them to introduce a lot of new Force powers with Yoda or this Yoda, because whatever this Yoda can do or this child can do, I would expect Yoda to have done it already. You would think, because he's not being trained by a Jedi. I don't think he can't be that like he can't be a prodigy. Like even at 50 years old.
And his backstory, we don't know yet. Like, has he been in this crib for 50 years?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Who took care of him?
Yeah. Well, like you said, he could have been a clone, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
When Chapter 7, like, it's where you have that like, team up. Like, all the people he met along the way, Quill, and then Gina Carano's character.
She comes back. And then they eventually team up with
Greef Karga.
Yep.
So then they meet Moff Gideon. Oh, IG-11's reprogrammed. Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that dude. And everything he does.
He's like your favorite director.
Yeah, like Jojo Rabbit, Thor, my favorite one. What We Do in the Shadows too. I like some of those episodes. Like, it's pretty funny. But again, like all these directors are fucking nerds of like Star Wars, and they know their shit. The cliffhanger when the baby gets taken. Oh, one thing we forgot to mention, like the Mandalorian, it was like all the episodes didn't come out at the same time. They came out week.
Right. And it's like old school. It was kind of weird when we were watching it because like we're so used to binging shit.
Yeah.
It's like it was kind of weird to go back to that old style of come back next week and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
it
and
kind of
like
threw me off.
We know shows are still doing that on like network, but like for us it was refreshing to go back to it. Like after that cliffhanger, like Quill died and they took the baby. It was like, oh shit, we gotta wait till next Friday.
Yeah, it's also an ingenious way to keep you subscribed to the Disney Plus.
Yeah, for 2 months.
2 months, exactly.
Damn it, Disney.
It's a good strategy. They know what they're doing.
And then you want to jump to chapter 8?
Yeah, might as well. So what happens at the end of the only important thing that really happens in 7 is that Quill dies. Yeah. So he's a very he's not a great. I mean, he's not an important character, but I liked him. It was it was always sad to see a character that you like die.
Yeah, and there was tension on the ship too.
Yeah.
Like they were like back and forth. Like, you used to work for the Empire. Well, you used to be with the Republic.
Yeah.
And the baby choke Gina Carano. I forgot.
It was like, oh wait, no, that's a friend. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, you little sociopath.
So I like that too. It showed like a little like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't understand why he did it. It's like, are you jealous of her or whatever?
No, because it was like protective. Like, because
what did she do?
They were arm wrestling. The baby thought he was being threatened.
Yeah,
like his dad.
Oh, okay.
So there's that relationship. Like, hey, whoa.
That's the thing. Even when Yoda's doing something psychotic, it's still cute.
Yeah.
That like, little arm.
It's cute because he's like
so
small.
little. But yeah, so Chapter 8, Redemption. It starts off with probably the funniest thing I've seen in a while.
The banter.
Yeah, the banter and the fact that these stormtroopers can't hit shit with their blasters. It's like, that's a funny and clever way to make everything that they've done in the past like canon. It's like, these motherfuckers really can't see shit. Or they can't shoot shit that's like 5 feet away from them. Yeah. They're terrible.
And it was Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, was it Jason Sudeikis?
So okay. That's a good thing with like Star Wars culture, where everyone wants to be in Star Wars.
Yeah,
you can just easily throw them in as a stormtrooper.
That's the Disney shit I'm talking about. New people do it
as a fan. If like they're all fans too, and they want to be in it. Like if you got friends of friends, like Community, like Avengers, they brought some of their Community people on it.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. in Star Wars. Okay, I don't want to see fucking Bill Gates in Star Wars.
True.
Okay, it kills the believability. It's fiction, but you still want like, this could really be in the galaxy far away. Okay.
Banter, and then IG-11 saves the baby. He takes the baby to the city.
Yeah.
He brings the baby where the trouble is.
Yeah.
Which I didn't get.
The we call it the speed biker troopers. It kind of reminded me of us too, because I feel like you would be the responsible one, and
I'm the one holding the baby.
Yeah, that was like, I'll be the one that's like, can I see it? I just want to see it just a little bit.
It's been a little quiet. Yeah, but I'm the one that hits the baby.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's true.
It's fucked up.
Yeah,
but that was funny.
It's all funny. Good job, Taika.
And then they go into the city, the battle against the black stormtroopers. I forget the name. The Death Troopers.
Death Troopers, sick as fuck. I love their design,
dude.
Like anything black, honestly, is always badass to me in Star Wars.
So they had that battle scene. They're all kicking ass. They carried that big ass gun too, right? And I was like, oh shit, that shit was heavy, heavy artillery. And okay, so this is where I'm a little conflicted with this episode, because they removed the helmet. I get the purpose. It's like he doesn't like droids because droids traumatize his childhood.
Well, this droid specifically.
He doesn't like this droid too specifically, and they remove his helmet. For me, I don't like that, because I want to still have the mystery of like not knowing how it looks.
Yeah,
I mean, like you can look up the actor, but still.
They could have done a more clever way, like maybe just reveal his eye or something like that,
at like a different angle.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to reveal him so quickly, I guess.
Yeah. And backstory: Pedro Pascal, who played him. So when he did makeup for that episode, after the makeup, he ran into a fucking plywood. And
really?
Then so those are real stitches, that's blood. So I was like dying listening to that, because like, dude, this is a method actor.
Yep, basically.
But I didn't like that. I didn't. That was a little too early.
I get it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people besides that wanted to see how it looks like. If you didn't know if it was Pedro, or if you don't know how it looks, because I actually didn't know at all. Like, I looked him up, but I never really like looked at his face.
Yeah.
So it was kind of. It's kind of unnecessary, I guess. So I know what you mean. We don't really need to see his face, but now we know how he looks like.
Yeah.
So
now we know how he looks like, but the girl doesn't know how he looks like yet.
Exactly.
She's like over here like, oh.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, too, are they going to try and use him more now without the mask? Like, since he doesn't
So that's a rumor going with season 2, where he, like, supposedly rumor said that Pedro Pascal, like, is tired of being under the helmet. He does have 2 stunt doubles, one for like
that's what
combat,
I'm saying too. He doesn't really need to be there.
Yeah,
that's
he's a voice actor. Yeah. But his acting still with like little motions, like emotional thing. I think they still need them for that, but we'll see if he continues with no helmet. I personally
keep the helmet on.
Keep the helmet on, bro.
Or get a new helmet with better armor.
But more Beskar?
Yeah, more Beskar.
A new colorway?
I like that for some reason.
A new colorway?
That'd be cool. Just think, like, make it gold or do something. That'd be cool. So in this episode, they get ambushed by all the stormtroopers. IG-11 saves them a little bit. They get trapped. Like you said, they reveal his mask. Yoda saves them. He uses the Force power again. There's something about
when did they use the
fire?
Oh yeah.
Every time his species does that kind of shit, they always pass out every single time. So it's always funny. Just like
from episode 2.
Same shit. It's like, what is up with that?
Yeah.
But you see, again, besides the Mudhorn scene, that he's a very powerful Force user already at 50 years old. How old is he supposed to be compared to us, like in human? Is he supposed to be like a 4-year-old?
No idea.
Yeah. Because if Yoda was 900 years old.
How's that relative to like Obi-Wan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess they age differently too. Because 50 years old and you're still like a toddler, that's a long time to be a toddler.
You do the math, like Yoda is basically 36.
Right. And then like he's not going to age for at least another 300 years, I guess.
Everybody been dead.
Yeah. So I guess.
And then so they go underground. They see the armorer again, and they see the consequence of episode 3 or chapter 3, where like all the Mandos helped them out, but a lot of them had to reveal themselves or like got taken out. So you see the consequence there. I think the armorer is coming back next season.
I think so too. I like her character.
Yeah,
it reminds me. You ever watch How to Train Your Dragon?
It
looks just like that.
Yeah,
the
helmet.
And then she also talks a little bit of how the relationship between the Mandalorians and I think she was talking about the Jedi a little bit. So there's a relationship between them already. I think did she recognize the species? Did she just say that?
Yeah, she just said like just bring it back to its race or people. Like I don't even know the name of the Yoda species. I don't think there's a name for it.
So here's the thing. I read that George Lucas said from the very beginning, since Empire, he did not want to reveal the name or species of what Yoda's where he's from or what planet he's on, because he likes to keep things mysterious. For like, you have to keep things ambiguous sometimes. You don't need all the information.
True.
So when it comes to season 2, I really hope they don't try to do that. Because George Lucas specifically said, I did not do this because I want things to be
explained.
I don't need everything to be explained. Some things could just exist and Yoda can be just one of them. So hopefully they don't do that, because it does ruin the mystery.
And then we get the lava scene. They're underground. IG-11. You want to talk about the IG-11 heroic moment?
I'll just say this: one of the corniest scenes.
The music and everything.
The way, the thing about the droids in these new series, I know in the original series, like C-3PO had like a personality. R2-D2. R2-D2 technically has a personality, just beeping and booping.
There's people underneath.
But there's something about droids having like really too much personality. Like I don't get that. Like when I watched Solo, that's the one of the things I hated the most. Like that droid.
I don't remember the Solo one.
Did you watch Solo?
I watched the Rogue one.
Okay, Rogue.
I know that droid in Rogue.
Yeah, even that one's kind of okay. It's just like this, but when Mando was like crying and shit, like don't sacrifice yourself, don't do it. I was like, okay, this is too much. This is a fucking droid, dude. At the same time, it's like I don't feel anything.
And like episode 1, he wanted to self-destruct, and then last episode he finally self-destruct.
It's like, this is a droid, dude.
Just do your job, bro.
Just sacrifice yourself.
This is the way.
This is your way.
My favorite line in this whole season. Carl Weathers is like, do the hand thing. Do the hand thing. He's like, and he was like, oh, I don't like with the Baby Yoda. They kept using like repetitive audio of like baby sounds. Baby coos. You hear that sound everywhere.
I know. It makes them less. He makes them more too human.
Just use like dude. You guys are known for our special effects. Do something original.
I don't know. What can you do with Yoda?
I don't know. Yoda.
Like a fucking Pokemon. Just say his name or do it backwards.
Like,
cool. I'll go. Or some shit.
And then the Moff Gideon gets in that
Yes.
TIE fighter.
Yes.
The jetpack scene.
Once again, Mando showing his ability to adapt and do some badass shit. I like the fact that he uses jetpack.
Yeah.
To boost himself up.
Yeah,
so
it really does feel like a game.
It is, right? That's a game. Like this is where you press X right now.
And what was the other one? Like the whistle thing?
Which one?
The I remember chapter 3. Like she made the whistler for his armor.
Shit, I can't remember.
Forgot the name of it, but like that was a cool upgrade too.
Yeah.
So and he has a flamethrower. I'm like,
he's gonna get some cool shit in the next season.
And he has a rifle.
Yeah,
dude.
He's gonna be badass.
The one thing you don't want to see him with a lightsaber. Like, okay.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. He takes Moff Gideon down.
Mm-hmm.
He's presumably dead until the very end of the scene, where Moff Gideon pulls out the fucking. What we call it, the dark saber, right?
Yeah, the dark lightsaber.
Black saber, dark saber.
Correct us.
Okay. So I've never watched the Clone Wars. I never watched the Rebels. So I don't know anything about this. I had to research about this. So apparently the dark saber is a Mandalorian artifact.
Yeah.
So it's not Jedi Sith related. They created the sword. Yeah. And you can tell too when he reveals the sword, it doesn't have this shape like this.
Yeah.
It's like an actual blade that's just black with like a little white on it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen this shit. A black saber?
Yeah.
Like, again, like I've never watched Clone Wars, so I don't know what the fuck it is. So when he did that, I was like, is this guy a Sith? What is this? So now that I know, it's a Mandalorian artifact. So something tells me along the line, Mando's going to get that blade.
Yeah.
Because he's a Mandalorian and that's their shit.
Because it was the great... Moff Gideon was part of the Great Purge. Of the Mandalorians. That's why they're pretty much down to low numbers.
Yeah.
So it'd be like full circle of like beating the guy that fucked up your whole crew.
I can see it now. It's too predictable though.
Yeah, true. I mean, we're already predicting it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I'm 99% sure it's
I
gonna
kind of want the dark saber now.
Yeah.
Matt has his lightsaber right in front of us.
Pretty cool. If you could hear that,
was sick
on Spotify. Yeah.
And then Carl Weathers and Gina Carano just end up being cool friends, and Mando and the baby fly away.
Yep. When it's all said and done, the Mandalorian, it's a pretty simple story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really just about I don't want to be corny. It's about friendship. It's about
relationships.
It's about relationships. Yeah. It's about one character that had a traumatic past. So did we talk about that? So in this episode, Jin reveals his backstory.
Yeah.
So he's a orphan. He's a refugee. The Mandalorians, for whatever reason, they took over that village that he was in, and then the Mandalorian that found him, he spared his life, and then they took him in, and then he trained under them. Yeah. So he never had like a childhood. He lost his family. Right? Did they die?
Yeah. Okay. Pretty much.
They
there was a droids that came in, and shot up the whole village.
Yeah.
And Mandos found him, saved him, trained him. And he didn't have a childhood.
Okay, he didn't have a childhood. His parents are dead. He has no family. So it makes sense why when he came across a child in the first episode, he already connected with him because he kind of sees himself in him. Yeah. Of like he wants to be that. He wants to have family. Yeah. First of all, I think that's kind of the theme of this whole series. Yeah. Like you have this soul like rogue person, but at the end of the day he wants a family. Yeah. So again, back to episode 4 that you hate, he eventually wants that. Yeah. You know.
That seemed a little early still though.
Yeah, but we'll see. I can already see it, you know.
Maybe if they switched it, I would have been like, okay.
What do you mean? Like
4 and 5, maybe they switched it.
Or get rid of 5. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they could have done it better. Who directed that episode again?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Who's that again?
Jurassic World. And Gwen Stacy in the original Spider-Man.
That girl? She directed this?
She directed
She's a director?
She's trying to.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's kind of cool.
The great thing, there's only 8 episodes, 2 months worth of content last year. We're going to get pretty much the same number, 8 episodes this coming next week with season 2.
Is that next Thursday or next
Friday?
Friday, so 30.
I like that the episodes are not just exactly 45 minutes or an hour.
Yeah, they vary.
They vary.
Yeah.
So they'll give you whatever like it needs to be for storytelling. There's no filler shit.
Which is perfect for a streaming platform because you don't need to worry about running time. They can do whatever they want.
Predictions. Want to get to the predictions, Matthew?
Okay, so I like what you said here. You don't want it to go past 4 seasons. I actually don't want it to go past 3 seasons.
That would be good.
I really don't want them to, like, since this is a whole trilogy type of shit, keep it 3 seasons. I think that'd be good enough.
That's good. 3 arcs in between
yeah,
each.
Exactly. Beginning, middle, end. That's what we need. Yeah. But for some reason, depending on how well season 2 does, I think they're going to try and milk it a little bit more. You know how everyone does. Like, do you ever watch Walking Dead?
Nope, never seen it, but I heard still on or just finishing.
It's just finishing now. Yeah. It took like 10 years to do
Jesus
it. They
Christ.
should have ended that like season 6 or whatever. Yeah. But with the Mandalorian, I hope Jon Favreau has a plan, like a legitimate plan.
I trust him.
Yeah, because we're getting another series too with Obi-Wan, right?
And we're getting one with the guy from Rogue One, the Kando guy, the guy.
There's another one?
There's another one coming of that guy in Rogue One. I don't even remember his name. That's why I'm like, why? Damn. Why?
I'm trying to remember what the character.
Exactly. So Disney Plus. You're making original content. I'm looking forward to the Obi-Wan. But
Obi-Wan would be dope.
Don't get like the level F characters. Like no one really
Rogue
cares
One
about.
characters. We don't need that shit.
Yeah, that was
Whose idea was that?
Just look at the rumor mill.
Oh my god! All right, I don't want to see that. I'm not interested.
But 3 seasons with this whole Mandalorian would be good. They might do a movie. A movie too. Yeah.
Nah, they don't need that. Honestly.
They don't.
They already have this. What the fuck? Plus this whole.
They're gonna do like anime, original video animations.
I wouldn't be surprised. The Mandalorian. This is like one of the most expensive shows ever made that I heard. It costs like $15 million per episode to make this shit. So. If they can, as long as they keep making money, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I want them to have a definitive story because I know the Mandalorian too. Remember back then when they were first announcing the sequel trilogy? Yeah. They had the anthology movies like Solo. I know Boba Fett was supposed to be one. But it transformed into this, I think.
Yeah.
So speaking of Boba Fett, if he comes back, cool. Hope they get the same guy that played Jango Fett. That'd be kind of cool.
I would hope they actually like. It would be a sick, like, if it's a more Western, like a shootout kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be
like
sick.
Like
a duel, but, like, really using your resources around you. Like,
yeah.
Like...
Since I think Boba Fett is kind of like... What was his backstory? Did he also go rogue or AWOL from the Mandalorians?
I just know that, like, Boba Fett and Jango Fett were kind of, like, disassociated with them. They weren't really...
Like black sheeps?
Kind of, yeah. Like, they weren't... I guess they're not as honorable. Dishonorable mentions or something like that. Right. But in Star Wars fans, like, you guys could correct this with all this stuff. But again, I didn't think he was all that in the movies
because he wasn't shit. He just looked cool.
Yeah, he looked cool.
Jango Fett was better.
Yeah,
I like Jango Fett. I did not like little Boba Fett. Yeah, he was a little bitch.
Yeah,
he reminded me of like Anakin a little bit, but with a like really psychopathic Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool though if they bring back that guy because I think he is actually of age now to play this old Boba Fett. So that'd be cool. What else I got? Like I said with Yoda, I don't want them to reveal too much about him, but I'm a little curious where they're trying to go with Yoda now.
Yeah,
since the Empire's after them. Obviously, I think the Sith, maybe even Palpatine, has something to do with trying to find him because he needs new. Yeah.
So episode 2 mentioned like the guy, the scientist has the little cloning Camino patch on him. So there's a relation to that. And then Rise of Skywalker, which came after Mandalorian. Like you find out that Palpatine is a fucking clone. The whole thing was a clone. So it's probably going to lead there.
All clones now.
And the question is like, what are they going to do with like the baby? Ahsoka is going to be in it. Matt doesn't like Ahsoka.
Right. No, I don't like Ahsoka only because I don't.
It doesn't fit.
Watch the Clone Wars, so I don't know anything about her.
I guess she's important. She's in the Clone Wars. She's in the Rebels, so it could fit that timeline where Rosario Dawson's going to be in it. Yeah, she's going to be.
That was a good choice when you told me that.
I think so. Yeah,
I was like, that was a pretty good choice.
But it'll be weird. Like, is she going to train the baby? Where is the baby going to go?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because like I saw like a concept art where they're like force connection with each other.
Once again, I don't want them to introduce too much like new force powers because we already had so much with the sequel shit. Yoda or whatever his name is, I think they're gonna choose a name finally for him.
Yeah, they do have a name. They know
it starts
name.
with a Y too, right?
I don't know that.
It has to start with a Y. Whatever it is.
Yondu.
Yeah. Yanda.
Yeah.
Yada.
But I hope season 2 you see more of the galaxy. I'm tired of the desert planets.
Me too. They need to get out of that shit. I don't want to see forest planets anymore either. We don't need the moon of Endor.
Yeah.
We don't need Tatooines again.
Just give us something different.
Yeah.
Just give us something different. Maybe some more upgrades like a video game.
Yeah. You know that planet, the one thing I liked about Rise of Skywalker, that planet they're on, the snow planet. It was like a little city. I think they should go there. That was a cool little planet because there's bounty hunters in that shit too. So
I don't want too much of like politics, but it would be nice to see what the New Republic, like how that new government is running things, and then how that interacts with like the remnants of the Empire. And if this is really in between the sequel trilogy, maybe see like early shit of like the New Order, how it happens.
Right.
Not too much focus, but you just see it in like happening.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Now that I think about it, I think this is actually the time when Ben is born. So if I don't want this to happen, but this is the right time to show a baby Ben.
You want him in it?
No, I don't want them to, but I know this is the time to do it.
Maybe Darth Maul. Okay. Oh, maybe Maul's done already.
Okay, Darth Maul. Yeah, he died, didn't he?
He's been around. Yeah, Darth Maul.
That's the one thing I know about Rebels.
In the Rebels. So he should still. No,
he's dead.
He dead. He's dead before this. Correct me.
Yeah.
But season 2
is it 8 episodes again?
8 episodes again. I didn't get too much of the trailers. I actually don't want to see too much of the trailers.
I only saw like a snippet of it.
Keep wanting a mystery, but I'm excited for it.
Okay. We will try to review it. What do you think? Do you want to try and review episode by episode or small patches?
Small patches, maybe. Arcs, I don't know.
Okay, maybe there's 8 episodes, right?
8 episodes, 2 months.
Okay, maybe every 3 episodes we'll try and do one. Or let's at least do the first episode. And then we'll wait after that.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We got more content on the way. We might even review the Star Wars franchise.
You want to do that?
That's a huge project in itself.
I think. Be irritating.
Yeah, I know. But it'll be great content in between.
Yeah, that's good. That's true. We don't need in between. We have every episode for the next 8 weeks.
True. I love watching Star Wars in the winter or the fall.
Yeah.
Fall and winter. That's my time. Star Wars is the shit.
Yeah. If you guys, like I said before, if you guys liked our content, please subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. If you're listening on Spotify, keep tuning in for new episodes, and follow us on Instagram too, at Top Back Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the way. From the top of the dome
to the back of the pack,
we are
the Top Back Podcast. Peace.
It's a trap.